Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I'm doing a book review of Feed Them Silence by Lee Mandello. This is a speculative fiction novella coming out on March 14th, 2023 from Tor.com. I received this e-arc from NetGalley in exchange for a fair review. Thank you so much, Tor.com, for the novella. If you have any physical arcs just like lying around that you don't need, I would love one. There are no spoilers in this review. If you couldn't tell, I liked this book. Lee Mandello is also the author of Summer Suns, a book I reviewed last year, I believe, or maybe was it the year before? I don't know. I'll link the review at the end if you're curious. I really liked that book too. So Feed Them Silence is a mesmerizing, thoughtful, and sometimes brutal short novella packed with resonance. What is it about? What does it mean to be in kind with a non-human animal? Or in Dr. Sean Calden's case, to be in kind with one of the last remaining wild wolves? Using a neurological interface to translate her animal's subject's perception through her own mind, Sean intends to chase both her scientific curiosity and her secret lifelong desire to experience the intimacy and freedom of wolfishness. To see the world through animal eyes, smell the forest thick with olfactory messages, even taste the blood and viscera of a fresh kill. And above all, to feel the belonging of the pack. Sean's tireless research gives her a chance to fulfill that dream, but pursuing it has a terrible cost. Her obsession with work endangers her fraying relationship with her wife. Her research methods threaten her mind and body, and the attention of the VC funders could destroy her subject, the beautiful wild wolf whose mental world she's invading. This is a sci-fi in the barest sense of the word, as the only sci-fi thing about it is the futuristic technology. Everything else in the novel could take place in the world today. I also saw on Goodreads, not like Goodreads can really be like an indicator of anything, that this book is being like put in the horror category, and that I have no idea why, because it's not a horror at all. It's anyway. The main character, Sean, is so interesting because she's very unlikable, but in a way that feels like a real person. Sean and her wife are drifting apart. As such, Sean throws herself into her work also being the reason why they're drifting apart, and finds the connection she's missing with her wife in this wolf. In a way, Sean's connection to the wolf is exactly how her wife is feeling. The connection is one direction. The wolf doesn't tap into Sean's mind. It's like a one-way mirror. And this is how Raya is feeling towards Sean, that her attempts at connection are one-sided. And Sean doesn't know how to fix this disconnect she's created, but she's also not entirely motivated to do that. She's selfish and complacent in their relationship, something I think anyone who's been in a long-term relationship has experienced with their partner. This aspect, though, was raw and so relatable. The story is so intricate and well-developed and layered, with a connection to the animal not only being a metaphor for Sean and Ria's relationship, but a comment on how a connection to nature can also help us build connections to other people. It's beautifully done. It is so rich with different meanings. I just loved that aspect of it. The novel also deals with the topic of ethics in research and animal testing, and how the need for funding sometimes convinces people to do things they aren't entirely comfortable with and to make justifications for doing so. While I'm not in that space at all in like my job or anything, it was easy to comprehend and understand Sean and her team's difficulties in this regard. That made perfect sense. As with anything with queer characters in it, I appreciated the normalized diversity in the book. The main character is lesbian, and while the list of supporting characters is small, they are diverse in their backgrounds. I loved the women in STEM aspect as well, but also in how the higher-ups, those funding the projects, are all white dudes, as is the case today with most corporations and even universities. That was a bit of a jab at the fact that the glass ceiling is still very much intact, and I thought that was very topical. The language is clear and concise, but carrying a despondent, almost melancholic tone. The novella feels like winter, but not like snow on Christmas, but like November rain kind of winter. Like walking alone on a frozen beach winter. It's my favorite kind of weather, actually, and this book just radiated the bleakness but also starkness of that kind of a landscape, and I really got into kind of the tone of the book. Overall, if you couldn't tell, I thought the book was absolutely fantastic, and I highly recommend it. Given the main character in Summer Sun's propensity to litter, the environmental aspect of this novella was much appreciated as well. That drove me absolutely bonkers in Summer Suns. He kept just littering and throwing garbage out his window as he was driving, and I'm like, I'm gonna literally wring your neck, man. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and definitely check out Feed Them Silence. It's a quick read too. It's a novella, so totally check it out. And yeah, thanks.